You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the podcast mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm, of course, your host with the most, Phil Better, and today we have a guest with a fantastic journey that spans from the skies to the stage and into the world of digital marketing. Our guest today is a man whose life story is as dynamic as his ventures. Born in Florida and raised in England, our guest served as a B-52 aviator in the Air Force before settling down in Nashville area to pursue a career in acting. But his talents and ambition didn't stop there. With a background in aviation and an unyielding work ethic, he quickly carved out a successful path in the affiliate marketing industry. As founder of the JJ Dynamic Ventures, our guest has built his own sales funnel empire, expertly leveraging his skills in copywriting and marketing to drive traffic and generate impressive sales. His ability to navigate the complexity of affiliate marketing has made him a standout in the industry. Not only that, he does deal with the amazing world of AI, which we'll touch on as well. When he's not crafting winning marketing strategies, he's enjoying spending quality time with his wife and their 5 cats, or hitting the golf course for a relaxing round. Today, he'll share his unique journey from military service to acting and finally to building a thriving affiliate marketing business with AI. He'll offer insights into the strategies that have propelled his success and lessons he's learned along the way. Whether you're an aspiring marketer or simply looking for inspiration, this episode is going to be packed with valuable takeaways. So please, everyone, get ready to hear from the amazing and remarkable Jaye Jameson. James, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, Phil. What an introduction. I mean, that doesn't even sound like me.
I tend to get that, and I'm like, no, you're more impressive. Like, when I look at the bios that my guests send me, and I have to craft these amazing intros, which I do with the help of ChatGPT, because let's be honest, it's sometimes much easier to condense everything into such a nice, robust intro. But you've done a lot, and I am excited to learn everything you've done and how you've transitioned from different aspects of your life to be who you are today and how you're helping people with dynamic think tank. So my first thing is thank you so much for being here.
Okay,
Let's just start with, why did you decide to go into the world of digital entrepreneurship when you had seeming a great career in the Air Force? Flying planes, like, look, everybody loves flying planes. Every guy thinks he can land a plane, which we know is probably not true, but we like to think so. But why did you shift from, Air Force to, crazy life of an entrepreneur?
Well, I tell you, first off, when you're 8 years old, every 8-year-old boy, at least from my generation, thought about being one of 2 things. One, an actor, or 2, a pilot, maybe an astronaut. Now, I haven't been to space, but
Yeah, I think it's yet. The key word is yet there, Jay.
I mean, they did send William Shatner, so you never know. Um, anyway, I was in the Air Force for a good 13 years. And then I had some medical issues, so I had to get out on that. So I'm a disabled veteran, but I really enjoyed my time in the Air Force. That's for sure. Flying B-52s.
I can just imagine the joyous smile on your like 5-year-old self when you're realizing I'm flying a B-52. Like, come on.
8 engines of pure power, right?
All I hear is Tim the Toolman Taylor just grunting right now.
Right. My dad used to fly F4s, which only has one engine. Well, two engines. And I used to tease him a lot. He'd go, I got a better plane. I said, but Dad, when I lose an engine, I pull another one back. When you lose an engine, it's bail out. So, anyway, then I became an actor pretty much right away. I've always enjoyed the thrill. I've done theater since I was like 8 years old. And so I had an opportunity from a friend of mine that I did theater with. He wanted to do a film the very year that I got out of the Air Force. So I said, I'd love to help out. He put me on as a associate producer. So I started out producing without knowing anything really. And then he gave me a part in the film. So, and I loved it. It's an experience that you get to step out of yourself for a little while. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Oh, it fully does. I used to do theater in high school, so I fully know what you're talking about. I'm like resonating. Apart from flying B-52s, the acting part, 100% relatable to me.
right. I mean, you just get to be somebody else for a couple hours, forget about your problems, and not have to worry about it. So I really enjoyed the thrill of that. But as you know, COVID hit. And during that time, theaters were shut down all across the nation, all across the world, actually. Nothing was happening movie-wise or even stage-wise. And so, actors were scrambling to find other things. And so I just started searching online, and I found a great mentor who got me started in the online entrepreneur business. And so I've been doing that ever since. And about a year and a half ago, started Dynamic Think Tank, which is a group of 3 mentors, myself and 2 ladies who are co-founders of the group, and fantastic women. Absolutely geniuses, and our big philosophy is together we can achieve more. You're in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself.
I love that. That is such a great way of looking at it. And I have to agree with you, like with that statement. You may be in business by yourself, but you're not alone. There's always someone able to help you. You're always having access to amazing people who want to help you, who want to see you succeed. I feel, I don't know, since we probably started around the entrepreneurial bit, both in 2020, due to a very nasty little cold that was going around, right?
Right.
I found that the entrepreneurial space is very, very helpful. Like everybody wants to help everyone succeed. Everyone wants to lift everyone up. There's no competition. There's competition, but it's not the same because everybody understands that everybody has their own piece of the pie, and there's enough of the pie to go around. With 8 billion people, I think there's enough pie to go around for everybody. What was the moment that you decided that Dynamic Think Tank was essential to help people?
Well, myself and the two ladies that I mentioned before, we were in, and I won't mention the group, but we were in a similar group of a mentor. We had the same mentor, and he just never showed up. He was never involved. He never showed up. We'd ask a question, wouldn't hear from him for months. And so we got together, the three of us, and we started helping each other out. And eventually we got to talking and said, you know what? We're tired of mentors. Some mentors, not all mentors, but some mentors will teach you what to do and then bye, leave you to the wolves. And we said, we don't want to be like that. In fact, Dynamic Think Tank is restricted to 100 members. We would have a waiting list. And the reason for that is because we want to be there, not just, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can reach out as a member of Dynamic Think Tank, you can reach out to any one of the three of us and say, I need help. And if we got time, we'll jump on a Zoom. And that's unheard of in this business because, these, and nothing wrong with being a multi-millionaire. I mean, it sounds great and all. Not my realm, because multi-millionaires tend to leave everything to their employees, and then they're gone. You can't reach them. You can't ever find them. You'd be lucky to even meet them. So I don't want to be like that. And neither do these two ladies I founded this with, Elizabeth Hicks and Carrie Kralowitz, wonderful ladies. The three of us don't want to be like that. So that's why we restrict the numbers of memberships for the Dynamic Think Tank.
I love that idea. I've heard of like restricting mentorship groups to a certain number. However, I love the aspect that like, there's the three of you. So it's kind of like you have a classroom each of like 30 to 33 people that are specific, like they have access to you just like a teacher at pretty much all hours, but you all help each other. The three of the admins help each other. So there's always someone, at least one person there to help, which I think is fantastic. And it's a
like I said, our motto is together we can achieve more.
It's true. Rising tide lifts all ships. And I think that's a wonderful way about it. When you guys got together, when did AI jump in? Because I know AI has been around for a long time, but it's been a big boost in probably since 2022, I would want to say, when ChatGPT came out.
Since ChatGPT made it popular 2 years ago.
Yeah.
AI has been around for 30 years. Let's not kid ourselves. And especially in the film industry, it's been around for 30 years. In fact, the very first movie to ever use AI was Terminator 2. They filmed Robert Patrick, who played the T-1000. They filmed him, and then AI would predict his movements and create the character that was the molten metal.
Oh.
And so AI has been in use since 1990. So that's incredible to me. But most people are now just becoming aware of it, mostly because of ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. Now, there's other AI programs out there, wonderful AI programs. You got Claude, you got Midjourney, you got Leonardo, you got all kinds of stuff out there. And so the three of us, we also believe that we need to keep up with the upcoming trends, especially in the marketing, entrepreneur online business. And so that way we can help our members with those trends. So AI pretty much has been part of our program since ChatGPT first became popular.
I love it. With everything you've done, you got the Air Force, the acting, and now you're crushing it with Dynamic Think Tank. When you first started in the entrepreneurial space, did you have an difficulty figuring out what your niche was going to be and who you were going to help, or was that something you already had an idea about?
I we kind of did struggle at first. I mean, we'll be perfectly honest. I mean, we may be mentors, but we don't have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers. But ChatGPT is a wonderful tool to even help you figure out your niche. And it was great. And being that we're in the business of finding people that have lost faith in their mentors, basically, is pretty much our niche. You know, did you go through this online program and you learned a bunch of stuff, but now you can't find anybody to answer your questions? Come on.
I love that. I love that. Like you're like the grandparents, the father trying to help all the kids get there and get to the next level, be that mentor that some of us are all missing.
Yes, and we definitely applaud success. In fact, we start every one of our meetings with, "Hey, who has wins?" You know, and we'll go around the meeting and we'll go, "What's your win?" And if they say, "Well, I really don't have any," yeah, you got wins. You just don't realize it. Everything is a win. You just have to frame it in the right way. You got up this morning, didn't you?
It's a win.
I mean, you could have not.
Yeah, you could have stayed in bed all day.
Well,
Or there's the other, yeah, or worse.
So, everything could be a win.
I love that. I want to look at your journey as a whole, and I want to see if with you, if there's any key points that you can reflect back, like hindsight's 2020, right? But is there moments in your career leading up to where we are today that you can see where it's driving you towards where you are today, being a mentor in the AI space and in the affiliate marketing space, and helping those with poor mentors to begin with?
Well, I guess this journey really started when I'm still in the Air Force, because for the last 3 years of my career, I was grounded. I couldn't fly because of my disability. And so they put me in what's called a vault. Now, it is actually a huge bank vault. There's no air ducts in there. There's no plumbing in there. Anything where you can hear outside of that area. And it was a huge area. It had like 6 classrooms. It had a bunch of offices, but it's an area where all the top secret stuff happens. And so you had to, at least have a top secret clearance to even have access to this vault. And so they put me in there, and that's usually where they put people to forget about them. And I understand that's what they were doing with me because I was grounded. It's like, yeah, just throw them at the vault. But I took a different aspect when I was in the vault. I said, I'm gonna change things in here. I'm going to. So I started to. It's always been around that when you first arrive on a base that has, we'll say, weapons of mass destruction, that you have to go through a 2-week training course inside the vault on how to use those weapons of mass destruction. And, I revamped that entire training program. And that's when the colonels and the generals started to take notice. And so they actually did send me to a specialized school to teach me that was basically the equivalent, the Air Force equivalent of an elementary education. So I came out of that and was able to use that to further the classroom environment. And now today, they put people in the vault that they need there, as opposed to let's just forget about them.
I love that.
And so my mentorship journey really began in the late 90s when I was, yes, I just showed my age, in the late 90s when I was grounded. And I just took it upon myself to start training these people in the way that I would have wanted to be trained. And it's still a philosophy I believe in today. I mean, if you're a mentor out there, train the people in the way that you wish you were trained.
Love it. I love how you took a negative, if we will, being grounded and then sequestered in the vault for everybody to forget, just like what we do. We put our nice precious stuff in the vault and then we forget about them, and people who have given us, 13, nearly a decade of their life to help us, and then we forget about them. But I love how you took that negative and turned it into a huge positive and a huge win, and you changed the mentality of what it is to be in the vault to make it into a more positive aspect where people don't go to be forgotten like the legacies of the old.
One of my favorite stories, if you don't mind.
Please share.
One of my proudest moments was that I took that role so much in the vault seriously that I became nationally known as an expert on training air crews in weapons of mass destruction, so much so that I don't know how much of this I can really say, but so much so that after our tragedy on 9/11, I got to brief George W.
That's a huge honor.
And yes, it was a very huge honor. But I ended up that briefing going, Mr. President, if this is options you are looking at, please call me first.
Oh,
fortunately, we didn't have to go there.
Thankfully, we didn't have to go there, but
that's always on the table.
Yeah.
And that was a huge honor for me from being somebody that they wanted to forget, this disabled guy who can't fly anymore. And they wanted to forget him, to being asked to brief the President of the United States on certain options. That took some doing, and I'm proud of myself for that, but that was just a huge honor.
That is a huge, huge honor. To be out, to go from grounded to forgotten to being, we need you to speak to the big guy because he needs to know his options. That is quite the turnaround. And then we have you leaving the Air Force, going into acting for a bit, trying your hat at another fun thing. When you were doing your acting, did you see yourself as a mentor for the others on set, or were you there to be a sponge and take in everything?
I was more of a sponge in the acting world, although there have been a couple of times that some people, some up-and-coming actors, have wanted me to give them tips and stuff, and I do, but I don't ever want to be seen as one of those actors that has the big ego that thinks he knows everything or thinks that he's the best one. There's always better actors out there,
of course,
and then I realize this, and there's always parts that I know that I cannot play, I'm not even right for, and that's okay. Some actors out there take that very personally. I look at it as there's other people out there that can do that job better. So how else can I support this film? Okay, I didn't get that part, but can I be a boom operator? Can I run a camera for you? Can I be a script supervisor? Can I even just work the clapboard? I mean, whatever you need, I'm here. I'll be a grip. I don't care. And for those that don't know, a grip is just, a squirrel go catch or gopher. That's what they call them. Go for this, go for that. Go get me a cup of coffee. Anytime you pick up something on a set, you're a grip. And so I've been involved in a lot of movies, but not necessarily have been in a lot of movies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Check me out on IMDb if you feel like it.
definitely. I'm trying to control myself from going over to IMDb right now during the interview.
But you are more than welcome to check it out. Make sure you spell my name correctly. But I'm the only one with this correct spelling. And so please feel free to check it out. It doesn't have everything I've ever been involved on there because sometimes it just doesn't update, but it does have a few things I've been involved.
I love it. And it seems like this mentorship has been been a through line in your life so far, from the Air Force helping redo the education, if you will, on the WMDs, to being a sponge, but also being there to help whatever it is. And that's what a mentor is. It's someone willing to help in any way possible to make sure someone or something is successful. I love seeing that throughout your career and with your dynamic think tank. I want to go into the affiliate marketing because that's a very interesting aspect. I'm going to show my age. I remember when it first started filtering on the internet back in the early 90s, when everybody was like, no, that's a scam. It's a fad. The internet's only going to be around for a few days. And all of a sudden it's a few days later and we're still 2024 using it.
Right.
How did you get into the affiliate marketing space? I know you said you had a mentor that helped you, but more specifically, how did you narrow down your niche inside that affiliate marketing?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I didn't. When I first started affiliate marketing, I was just all over the place. Anything that I could be an affiliate for. I mean, I was on Amazon, Shopify, I was even an affiliate for Walmart at one point. I mean, and I didn't really start narrowing it down realistically until we started Dynamic Think Tank. And that's when we realized, okay, this is the area we need to concentrate on. So,
with the creation of Dynamic Think Tank, I want to know, where do you see yourself in 10 years? What is something that you would love to have completed in that time, or where are you sitting right now in 10 years?
In 10 years, I would love to see at least 200 people that have gone through Dynamic Think Tank actually make it to the point where they can quit their full-time job. I would love to see that kind of success, I know some entrepreneurs go, or some mentors go, well, why don't you want to see your people become millionaires? Well, I do, but let's be realistic, okay? If you're able to quit your full-time job, to me, that's higher wealth than you can imagine.
You're buying your time back.
The freedom of time, and time is a commodity you never get back. It's not replenishable. Money is replenishable. You spend it, you're going to get more later. But time, once you spend the time, it's gone.
It's very true. Time is the most precious of all resources that we have. It's such a finite.
And that's why Jeff Bezos became a billionaire now, but because everybody thinks Amazon was started out as a bookstore and it's just an online store. No, Jeff Bezos invented a way to save time, because you can order something on Amazon and get it 5 minutes later. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but they've invented a way to save time, and that's what people like.
It's very true. I want to look over your career as an affiliate marketer, because I know we have some aspiring marketers here. I know there's podcasters, there's entrepreneurs who do this. I would love to know if you have any practical tips that you could help offer them to that could help them build efficient funnels, because I know that's the key. Like, if you don't have a funnel that leads your audience or your members through the sales process, quote unquote, because I don't like saying it's a sale, because it's more like you're with affiliate, you're helping people find a product that they need or service.
Yeah.
What practical tip or practical tips could you offer the audience about this?
I always have three. Okay. Always keep learning. Okay. It doesn't matter if you think you know everything, you don't. So always keep learning. As a matter of fact, right now I'm learning, not only am I learning sign language, but I'm also learning about tax lien certificates, which is the next thing I think I want to invest in. But I'm learning about it. Always keep learning about something new. The second one is always have a mentor. Okay, the fastest way you're going to get anywhere is by asking the questions to somebody that's already been there. You know, that's what a mentor is. And so always have a mentor. And yes, I have three right now that I learn from. And the last one is always have a community. Like I said, together we can achieve more. So surround yourself with people that are like-minded. Most of the time, our relationships are based on proximity. You know, our family members, our neighbors, you know, workmates, schoolmates, whatever. That's a proximity thing. But do they really think like you? I mean, when I started this affiliate journey, my neighbor was like, it's not going to work. Well, so I surrounded myself with like-minded people that think, oh yeah, it's definitely going to work. And we're going to do it together. And so those are the three main tips that I have. You know, feel free to check us out on Facebook, Dynamic Think Tank on Facebook. It's a private group, but we'll let you in.
I love that. So you're always learning and you're always investing in yourself, obviously.
Yes.
What have you found to be one of the best ways, or more I don't want to say best ways, but one of the ways that you find work the best for you to invest in yourself, to become a better version of yourself that the audience can look into taking into account for themselves?
Well, the biggest one is mentors. Always have a mentor. And if they have taken you as far as they can take you, find the next mentor, find the next step. Always have somebody that's at least one step ahead of you. You know, when I wanted to break into podcasting right now, I'm talking to Phil. You know, I'm going to try and get Phil as a mentor, because apparently he knows how to do podcasting. I don't. I've never done podcasting. So if that's my next thing I want to learn, I'm going to find a mentor that is in podcasting. It just makes sense. It saves time, and it's the quickest way to learn anything.
I'm curious, because finding a mentor and finding someone that to trust,
yes,
that is something I've had a problem with, and trying to find mentors. What would you suggest, since you've obviously had some very successful mentors and some maybe not so successful mentors? What are things that you look for or you watch out for when you're looking for a mentor?
That's a very good question, Phil. And I've screwed up in the past. Obviously, I've had mentors that just, you know, but now I suggest with the internet now, you got information galore at your fingertips. So check out what these people do first. Pretty much every mentor I know of has some sort of free training, has something they're offering for free. So if you're looking in that arena, check out that training for free first. And if it's something you like, then check out reviews on this mentor, or check out their Facebook page, or there's just different things you can do to research, I guess, a mentor before you actually, sign up with them on a more permanent basis. And so that's my suggestion there.
Love it. Jay, we're coming to the end of the episode, which I hate because I'm having a great time chatting with you, learning from you. Probably going to be checking out the Dynamic Think Tank group. Ooh, pardon me.
Come on in, Phil.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do that after this episode. But I want to know, I have your 10-year-old self here. He's looking at you. He's amazed at what you accomplish. He's like, we've got the flight plane. It's like, come on, you have the best life. What advice would you love to impart back to your 10-year-old self?
Never be afraid. Growing up, especially in my high school years, I was timid. I was afraid of things. I was always worried about the negative outcome. And I look back on it now and I'm going, that's just stupid. I probably would have gotten a lot more dates. Probably would have gotten a lot better jobs than what I was working at. So never be afraid. If there's something out there you want to try, then just do it. Just do it. Don't worry about the negative stuff. Just have fun with it. Just do it. If it turns out negative, then walk away. But if it turns out to be a positive, you're going to thank yourself for it.
Well, I think that's some great advice that not only 10-year-old us could deal with, but people today can do at any age,
Yes.
to lose that fear and see what is out there in the world. Jay, I'm going to jump off stage here. I want you to let my audience know where they can connect with you, how they can become members of the Dynamic Think Tank and get on that wait list to get personalized mentorship from you and those two other amazing ladies. So the floor, sir, is yours.
The easiest way to connect with us is find Dynamic Think Tank on Facebook. It is a private group, so you'll have to ask for membership, but we'll approve you. And the other thing is, you can find me on Facebook, but I'm not under Jaye Jameson. I'm under Die Tank, so you can actually find me there too. And you could send me a direct message on Facebook too, and I'll chat with you. So those are the two easiest ways. I do have a funnel, but I'm not going to drop the link now. We join the Facebook group, and you'll see all kinds of links to the funnels. So, in fact, I think we're going to start a meeting with my two ladies this afternoon. And we're going to start discussing a Build Your Funnel 5-day challenge, which we're probably going to offer for free. So if you don't know how to build a funnel, then join us on Facebook, and you'll probably hear more about an upcoming challenge.
Well, I love that. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the group and being a part of that challenge, Jay. I thank you so much for being here, man. It was a pleasure chatting with you. I'm excited that we've connected, and I'm looking forward to more conversations down the line about entrepreneurship and AI, more likely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Phil. It's been a pleasure.
To my audience, of course, check out the show notes down below to connect with Jay, and maybe check out that 5-day challenge to build your funnel if you're looking for some revamping of your funnel, if you've never done one. Of course, I thank you so much for listening, Jay. Thank you again for being here. And as always, remember to invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.